Welcome to the Conscious Matchmaker. I'm your host, Sophie Singer, founder of Sophy Love, alongside Elizabeth Foster, lead executive matchmaker and conscious dating coach. Whether you're single or looking to enhance your relationship journey, let us support you in creating meaningful connections. Get ready for heart-to-heart conversations, expert insights, and a dose of compassionate wisdom. This is the Conscious Matchmaker. Let the journey to love begin. Hello. Hi, Liz. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome back to the Conscious Matchmaker. Today, we are going to be talking about the fourth practice of authentic relating, which is own your experience. Really empowering.
This is such a good one.
It's a nice, juicy one. Liz, why don't you kick us off by telling us about own your experience in the words of authentic relating expert Raul Castano.
So, own your experience. What does that look like? When we make other people and circumstances the source of our experience, we give our power away. Owning our experience, finding the source of it inside yourself, gives you power back. So you can change, evolve, grow. Nothing needs to change in the external world when you own your experience. So in practice, it's taking responsibility for your own experience. Whatever experience you're having, it's yours and yours alone. Explore it, find the source of it, let it guide you into knowing yourself as deeply and fully as possible. And when you do that, you will have more self-awareness, more power, and you will transform into your higher self.
I love it. So for me, what comes up when I hear own your experience, it's the words, I've heard this before, but we recently heard it at our matchmaking conference. One of the presenters who spoke about positive psychology and yoga psychology and all sorts of amazing things, Johari's window, all those great concepts. One of the things she was talking about is that it's like there's good news and bad news all wrapped up in one. That's what own your experience is to me. Is it's like the good news and the bad news is that no one is coming to save you, like in life, period. On a date, in your relationship, in your job, whatever, like in your existence. So no one's coming to save you. It's you. So it's bad news if you're moving through life depending on external circumstances and people and experiences to make you feel a certain way and to have a certain experience in life. It's good news when we can come to a place of connection and understanding and trust and access to our true selves, which can handle anything and can truly meet our own needs. It's empowerment, it's liberation from being tethered to everything external to dictate how we experience life. And it is empowering. And that's not to say that external circumstances don't affect us. So we're not like saying like, oh, we're these like all powerful beings that can just stay in a constant state of calm and peace and flow no matter what. I mean, gosh, come on. I have a child with a brain tumor. I mean, yet still, when I can relax back and actually do this practice and relax back into my true self and take care of the parts of me that are
Mhm.
scared and freaking out and doing all of their things, their protective measures, I can get to that place of flow, of peace, of an inner knowing,
Mhm.
and of trust that everything is going to be okay, that I'm
Yep.
going to be okay, that the universe has my back, that things are unfolding in my favor. I know I kind of went a little rabbit hole on that, but but yeah, but when it comes, let's just bring it back to dating. But when it comes to dating and relating and relationships, when you own your experience, you are putting so much less pressure on the other person that you're getting to know, that you're in relationship with, starting to date, or even on that first date with. To just, there's just so much less pressure
Mhm.
to on the relationship or the interaction to make you feel a certain way, and that reverberates into the entire experience, right, between both people.
Yeah.
It's a harsh realization that no one's coming to save us, and
Mhm.
it's a really beautiful, liberating, empowering realization when you realize that you can always save yourself,
Yeah.
frankly.
Yeah, that definitely brings up, a particular client of ours who have has used a lot of these tools in her dating experience, and it's been really beautiful to watch her journey of incorporating them and how it's really transformed how she shows up on dates and relates to her matches as well. The first few dates that we had for her, weren't exactly there was things that she liked about them, but it kept coming up that there was like this one thing that she, after maybe the third match or so, she was
Yeah.
realizing that, there was this value of hers of curiosity and exploration and deep, not just traveling to travel, but like a deep curiosity of other cultures and how other people in the world live and getting perspective and in that sense. And even though, her first three matches or so were wonderful in many other ways, and there were things that she really liked about them, she noticed that there was this value missing. And she gave herself the space to just notice that in the person and notice
Mm-hmm.
that in herself, that that's something that she really values in her life and how she likes to spend her time. And so when she slowed down and started to own that in herself and own that in her experience with these guys, she was able to voice that to us and reveal
Mm-hmm.
that to us as her matchmakers. And, so we were able to adjust her experience and, learn where we can fill in these gaps on our screening calls with guys and really start to improve her matches and find more men that were really aligned in that sense, really had that curiosity, and even guys that are from other countries that are
Yeah.
even a better match for her too, that
Yeah.
really live that exploration and live that curiosity, and so it's really improved not just her experience with us, but in dating and meeting people in general too, of being able to understand herself better and what really works well for her and makes an incredible match for her. So,
It's been really amazing watching her blossom, and not just
mm,
her, but we're speaking about one specific client, and really, like we said, like owning her experience, right? Like she started
mm,
getting curious about these men, and almost curious, like what was it that was like not aligned? And she even started
mm,
asking questions, different questions on the dates, to find out more about their curiosity and their like
mm,
level of like a true exploratory wanderlust type of
yeah,
value. So it's been really
yeah,
great. Yeah. And it turns out that we're finding that she does really well with men who immigrated here from other countries that are
mm,
not born in the
yeah,
US. So that's been kind of fun to watch. Yeah. Another one that pops up for me, just reflecting back on our last episode and our interview with Ryle Castano, he was talking about, he actually, I think, got set up on a date, maybe even by Matchmaker, I'm not sure. And, he said this woman really just wasn't like they met and he's like, initially, like, your human, your initial gut reflexive, reactive way is like, why the hell am I here? And you just want to shut down, and that's just normal. And then he slowed
Mm-hmm.
down and he was like, okay, I'm just going to try and listen as hard as I can, like focus on actively listening to this woman's story, what she's telling me. And,
Mm-hmm.
what can I gain from that? What can I understand about her? And so as he's listening, he's sitting there and he's saying, right, right. Like he's acknowledging her as she's speaking. And at some point, she just kind of snaps at him and goes, why do you keep interrupting me? It's really rude or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, whoa, just shocked. It like hit him. So basically, he didn't realize how she was experiencing him. He was
Mm-hmm.
trying to say, right, right, yeah, yeah, to like acknowledge what she was saying and validate that he was listening. And the way she was
Mm-hmm.
experiencing it was like that he was interrupting her. And so
Mm.
he said that ever since that date, it stuck with him and he took that away and he remembers it and he's incorporated it into his, like, he's highly aware now. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that was another thing that popped up. And if you have any interest in hearing that episode, that was our last one and it's such a rich interview. So yeah, I own your experience. There's so much more to it. I think it obviously ties with all the others. Part of owning our experience is starting with the first, welcoming
Mm-hmm.
everything, right? And all the other beautiful pillars. Revealing your experience allows you to own your
Mm-hmm.
experience. So they really do
Yeah.
follow one after the other. So today I'd like to close out with another quote. I'm going to go with Cory Muscara again because I adore his quotes and I get them. They're like teachings and I get them in my inbox all the time. Highly recommend subscribing to them. They're free. And this was just a couple days ago. He wrote, authenticity is vulnerable. That's why we avoid it. Unfortunately, you can't avoid the consequences of abandoning yourself. It will catch up to you. Wow. So this is like authentic dating 101, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what we've seen is, we show up, it is extremely difficult and at the edge of our comfort zone to be authentic and vulnerable, our whole selves, right? On these first dates, because we are wanting to be accepted, loved, connected. And oftentimes, I mean, I was like this, like we're in it, then I'll reveal
Yeah.
everything later. Like you keep it all bottled up and then you let the crazy out later. But the thing is that it does catch up to you and there are consequences to that. And sadly, we see, and Ryle mentioned this also, like he coaches couples all the time. And and you see this is why, people, it's such a high divorce rate. It's like people they avoid their authenticity for years in relationship.
Mm-hmm.
They modify how they are, how they behave. They're, people pleasing, all the parts of them that have avoided who they really are and haven't revealed it. And then it catches up. You just cannot run away
Yeah.
forever. And so this is all to say, just start learning who you are, welcoming all the parts of yourself, and bring them to the table, to the forefront, to the date, to the interaction, to the conversation. The sooner, the better.
Yeah.
Thank you for chatting today, Liz. I'm excited
Mm-hmm.
to come back next week for our next
Yes.
episode where we will talk about the final practice of authentic relating, which is honor self and honor other. Honor
Mm-hmm.
self and honor other. So if this conversation felt supportive to you and your journey in any way, please subscribe and follow us at The Conscious Matchmaker, wherever you get your podcast.
See you later.
We'll see you next time. Thank you for joining us for another episode of The Conscious Matchmaker. We hope you enjoyed diving into the world of conscious dating and relationship skills with me, Sophy Singer, and Elizabeth Foster. If you're on a journey to find love or strengthen your connections, remember to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode filled with heart-to-heart conversations and expert insights. Connect with us on Instagram at MatchmakerSophy for daily inspiration and updates. Visit our website at www.sophy.love for exclusive content and check out our blog for even more wisdom on the art of conscious dating and connection. Dating and relationships are a vehicle to your healing and growth. Remember, love is a journey, and we're here to support you every step of the way. Subscribe, follow us, and let's continue on this path together. Until next time, this is The Conscious Matchmaker, sending love your way